My name is Kehinde Adegoke, otherwise known as Kenny Crown. I'm a host, I'm a writer, speaker, liberation, and intentional lifestyle coach. And you are welcome to Monday Motivation. And on this platform, we motivate, we inform, liberating you from just living into intentional living. So what are we talking about today? So today we will be talking about how to bridge the gap between existing and purpose. For you to be able to start living a purposeful life means that you have been existing, means that you are alive. There is a life in you. There is a blood that runs through your vein. There is a water that sustains you. Means that you are already living. You are a living being. But how do you then progress or migrate into living intentionally, into living a life of purpose? And that is what we will be talking about today. So today I will be speaking on the bridge to purpose, migrating you from existing into living intentionally, a life of purpose. Then we will be speaking about 4 key things that will help you migrate into living a purposeful life. That is for people who do not already know what their purpose is, or for people who are not sure what their purpose is and they're still out there thinking, what is my purpose? What is the reason for my existence? Or for those people who have not actually thought about it and seems like it is very difficult. So how do you bridge this gap? So the 4 key things that I will be speaking about today is number 1, awareness. Number 2 is discovery. Number 3 is understanding. And number 4 is determination. So these are the 4 key things that we'll be speaking about today and that will help you migrate into purpose living. But before we go straight into it, I just want to tell you a little story about me. Years ago, I was just existing on earth. And when I mean existing, does not mean that I am not progressing. I have my career, I love studying, I have my hobbies, but I lack something. I wasn't living intentionally, meaning that anything that comes my way, I want to grab it and do it with all my power and my might, but I lack focus. I do not have a vision of what I am doing, who my purpose can impact, and what my purpose is all about. Until I had a divine encounter with God, and then He opened my eyes to discover the reason why I breathe, the reason why I jump out of my bed in the morning, the life that I need to impact, souls that are attached to me. Then I began to live intentionally. And before you can even begin to live intentionally, you have to discover yourself. You need to understand, why am I on this journey? How can I impact people with what I do not know or what I am yet to understand? So which is why I am here today. I am happy to tell you that my purpose is to propel both young and adult to action, from confinement to living intentionally. Basically, the topic that I'm here to share with you today, I am to propel you from a life of limitation, from a life of no understanding of where you are going or who you are being set to begin to fulfill that purpose that you are sent on earth to do. And that is my purpose. So today, I will be taking you through these 4 steps that will help you bridge the gap from just existing to living a life of purpose. First one is awareness. When I had my encounter with God, He began to open my eyes of understanding. He began to teach me the things that I know today. He began to direct my feet to those people that could feed me, feed my soul, and feed that journey. This is the moment of awareness. I began to see my weakness. I began to see my strengths, and I began to work on my weakness so I can turn them into my strength and know how best to use those gifts that God has given unto me. They are not for waste. they are for a reason. But you have to come to the place of awareness to be aware of why you are here, to be aware of you. I am not just here to sleep, look after the children, look after my husband, cook, go to work, come back and sleep. No, God has not called me for a recycled lifestyle, but God has called me to live intentionally. In as much as I have a role as a mother and I have a role as a wife or as a friend, I also have a role to the world at large. So you have to be able to come to that awareness of yourself. There is something in me crying out for expression. Am I ready to let it out and let the world understand? So the first one, which is awareness, is become aware of who you are. Become aware of your identity. Become aware of why you are here. Become aware of those things that you possess, that is inside of you, crying out for expression. Those things that makes you get angry and think, why can I not do this? Why can I not do that? I have seen people do this, and I know that I have this given talent, but this keep crying out for expression, and I do not know how to break forth or break free from them. Those are awareness. You are aware that you possess this talent. You are aware that this potential is hidden in you. You are aware that you are on earth to make impact. You are aware that things need to change. You need to cause something to change in your environment, in your family, and in the world at large. And it starts and begins with you. That is a place of awareness. And the second one is discovery. Now you need to discover why. Discover your why. Why am I living? And the place of discovery is not with man. The place of discovery is with God. You need to let God show you and reveal that part of you that He wants to use for the world. You need to let God show you that part of you that needs to be enhanced for the world to benefit from. You need to allow God to show you those things that will impact the world that has been deposited in you. The place of discovery is not with man. The place of discovery is with God. And then God will begin to lead you to those people that He has prepared to support you on the journey. First, you need to be aware. The second one is that you need to discover what exactly is my purpose. When they wake me up in the morning, what am I called to do? What am I sent here to do? What are those things, when you see them, you pause and you're ready to tackle those things, to bring forth solution to that thing? That is your place of discovery. The place of encounter is a place of discovery. And that is where you can find your purpose. That is where you can discover your purpose. Third one is understanding. Understanding is really, really important. Very easy for you to become aware. It takes work to discover, because you need to spend time with God for you to discover your purpose. Also, it takes understanding for you to be able to function in that purpose. So if you are aware that I am called for a reason, and you've been able to discover this purpose that you are called for, now it takes understanding, it takes timing for you to be able to, the sacrifice that you put into it, those efforts that you begin to put into it to understand, those study around those areas that you have been called to. You need to understand and dissect those words. You need to dissect your purpose. Come to the full understanding of your purpose. Work on it day and night so that you can have more clarity. Let me tell you something. Because you have discovered your purpose does not mean that you understand your purpose. You need to then begin to work on it. Now, the more you work in the journey of your purpose, the more you discover and understand your purpose deeper. At first, you might understand your vision. You might understand who you are sent to. But then you need tools. So which means that you need to understand these tools is required for your purpose. Then you'll be able to disseminate this information the way that you have understood it. Then you can be able to bring people into your vision because you have an understanding of where you are going to. Understanding is key, because if you do not understand, it is very easy for you to deviate from your purpose and begin to chase after shadows. And you do not want that. You want to be able to sit down, understand your consecration, understand your area and your jurisdiction of where God has called you into, so that you can be able to properly function in your place of assignment. So you need to understand your purpose. You need to sit down, take time, begin to write on your vision boards, begin to understand what God has said to you, begin to understand how God wants you to go on that journey, begin to understand who is going to impact and how you can be of support to them. Be aware of what you've done. Discover what your purpose is, and then understand the importance, the functions of your purpose, so that you can be able to disseminate what you have been able to gather or what you know that can impact other people. And the last one is determination. You have to decide within yourself to run with the purpose, to run with the vision, to run with the understanding that you've been able to acquire in the course of the month or years. You need to make that decision to say, now I have come to the discovery of who I am, why I am sent on earth, what I am supposed to do, who I am supposed to affect positively. And now I want to begin to make impact. I want to begin to touch the life of this person. Do you know that the world that we crave for to live in lies within us? If we all embrace who we are, if we all gain mastery of why we are here on earth, we will realize that we all are connected in one way or the other, and the progress lies in us. Everything that we need for the world to become a better place is in every one of us. If only we can decide to begin to donate our own quota of what has been invested in us, then we will see what we can build with what has been given to us. But it takes you to make that decision. It takes me to make that decision. It takes all of us to decide to be the change that we want to see. It takes determination to arise from who we were yesterday to who we want to be, or who we've envisioned ourselves to become. But that decision is yours to take. That decision is mine to take. And it is best if we begin that journey of intentionality, understanding the importance of what we carry on the inside, and begin to express it. Let them find their expression through us, and let us thrive in that chosen calling, in that place, or our sphere of influence as God wants it to be. So now let us consider some quotes. This is from Earl Nightingale. Listen to what he said. Your problem is to bridge the gap which exists between where you are now and the goal you intend to reach. So what is your goal? What is that thing that you are called for? You need to bridge the gap from just existing to fulfilling those purposes that you are called to be. But it takes these 4 key things to be able to fulfill those purpose, to bridge that gap, to fill in that vacuum of, I am here for something. I know there's something in me that the world needs, and that lies in you. And the second one is from Richie Norton. Listen to this. Believing there is a gap from where you are now and where you want to go is 99% of the battle. And the only 1% left is cross it. And that is the word that I'm leaving with you today. Cross that bridge. From just living, from just waking up in the morning, feeding your kids, taking your children to school, or going to work and coming back home. From that recycled life to a life of fulfilling purpose, to going to bed at night knowing that you have been able to impact one person, knowing that that one person will impact another person, and another person will impact another. And that way, we all are starting the journey of intentionality, living as ordained by God and as designed by God, and as we all are supposed to live on earth, living heaven on earth. That is what our purpose is. So till I see you again next week, don't stop bridging that gap. Don't stop moving a step closer to your purpose, and don't stop being who you are. Bye now.